Hello friends on the internet and YouTube, welcome back to the Sims 1 Complete Collection, here with me, Addict. Today we have a little bit of a weird episode, and so basically if you missed it, on Friday when I recorded this episode of The Sims 1, I was very sleep deprived. My computer had applied some Windows updates the night before, and whenever my computer does that, it resets my default microphone device, and I forgot to check it in OBS like an idiot. So I recorded this whole episode of The Sims 1 with no microphone, which was devastating. And because I am an undisciplined person, I do not make a backup of my neighborhood before I record in each and every episode. I really should do that, but it's like, what are the chances something's gonna go wrong? You know, it's way too much effort. Well, yeah. So yeah, I've decided that instead of re-recording this episode completely, I wanted instead to just re-record the voiceover. So that is what we're going to do today. And we're going to be jumping in and playing the Charming family. So we've got Claire Charming and her little doggo. And so in just a second, we're going to jump into their household, get started, meet our Sims, and do all that kind of fun stuff. So I hope you've all got your nice hot cup of tea ready. I do. It's right here. I've got it's like really full because I just made it, so it's still kind of brewing. I'm gonna leave it a little bit more before I start to have that, because yeah. But this is the Charming house, and I think it is actually very charming. It's got this beautiful like hedge fence, and it's got this random like pond in the backyard, and I really wasn't sure what the purpose of the pond is. Is there any ways for like, oh sorry, that was bad English. Are there any ways for the Sims to interact with those ponds? Is there something I can buy? I don't know. And then Claire Charming's house we see here is very green, but it's actually a very nice house. I really love the aesthetic of the arch windows and the green paneled walls. When I was a kid watching Play School, shout out if you know Play School, the arch window was always my favorite. I love like French style windows and chateaus and that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed the styling on this house in general, and it's quite comfortable. Like Claire Charming isn't starting out at rock bottom, which is quite refreshing and quite nice for like a brand new family here in The Sims 1, other than the fact that as usual she has zero skills. The main challenge that we faced with this household was actually the dog. I believe her name was Lulu. I can't actually quite remember, and I can't quite see it watching back on my recording here, but she, even though she had a lot of points in being housebroken, just was continually peeing all over the floor. So that's an issue. So Claire was out when we loaded up the lot as well, which was interesting. And then she came home, and I discovered she'd actually come home from work. So Claire Charming is, I guess, like just a very sort of run-of-the-mill interesting Sim. She was, I can't read what her personality was. I think it's a Libra, I think. She's very outgoing, and she's very outgoing and a very nice Sim. We didn't know what her interest points were until quite a long way through the episode, because she needed to be taken to a community lot to get that to refresh, and I kind of forgot about doing that for quite some time. And then in her relationship, you can see that she's like kind of friends-ish with her dog, but not really. Like, they're not actually great friends. She knew a couple of townies. She knew a lot of strangers. So apparently there's like a bunch of townies that are called the like so-and-so strange, and she knew quite a few of them. So I don't know if that's kind of trying to hint that she might be involved in some magical things that are going on around the town. And then we continued to have a look through her relationships, because I wanted to see if she knew Julia Hero and her doppelganger. I wanted to see what she thought of Michael Bachelor, and you can see here that their relationship was actually like a -1/1, which is really funny, because when we finished off Michael's episode, his feelings towards Claire was something like, I don't know, 30 or 40 daily over like 20 lifetime or something. Like, he was very fond of her, and she clearly is not at all fond of Michael Bachelor. So poor Michael, I don't think he's gonna have much luck where Claire Charming is concerned. So you can see here she does have a job. She's a paramedic, and she actually works nights. So that was why she was off the lot when we first loaded up, because she works like 11 p.m. to 5 a.m. or something similar to that. And as usual, as you can see there, she started with absolutely no skills. Classic Sims 1. And she was in need of 2 mechanical skill points for her job in order to get her promoted. So we do definitely want to focus on getting that done for her. I can see Claire being quite a driven, like career-oriented woman. She wants to be successful. She wants to be rich. She wants to be very comfortable in her life. I think that's the vibe I get from her. You know, just having a house that has nice furnishings, having a well-behaved dog who doesn't pee inside all the time, and having friends, maybe having like a husband and child at some point in her life. But I don't think she's too desperate to make that happen. I love that wrestle animation so much. It's so cute. Oh, and then of course we had our welcome wagon, and we had Betty Newby and Diane Pleasant come over to say hi and greet us. So here they are. And we do introduce ourselves to both of these Sims, and I think we talk with them a little bit, but definitely not for a particularly long time. I was kind of eager for Claire to work on some skills as quickly as she possibly could, and just, get her cooking skills up, get her mechanical skills, and especially the thing about having people over at your house. Oh yeah, there's a pee-pee puddle, so we have to go and scold the doggo. But yeah, having people over at your house in The Sims 1, you always want to serve up some food for your guests, and we weren't going to be able to do that with no cooking skill points, not without burning the house down. So I'm like, oh, how quickly would she be able to maybe just like sneaky jump in here? And look, the dog has just peed on the floor again. This silly doggo. Bad doggy, not pee-pee inside. But yeah, so the dog distracted us from studying, and I was like, you know what, we just have a bit too much going on right now. Oh yeah, and here we're actually looking at the personality of the doggo. So she's actually a very loyal, pretty smart dog. And yeah, here's her skill. So her housebreaking skill, it was like at this point like 6 or 7 out of 10. And I'm there just going like, why is she peeing on the floor? I don't understand. And every time we scolded her, it went up by like pretty much one full bar. So I don't know. I didn't think it was that hard to housebreak Spike or any of our other dogs in the series so far. It's not like she was a dumb dog like in her personality. So I don't really know what was up with that. Maybe it was like programmed into the game that she pees on the floor a lot to teach you how to train your dogs or something. Like, is that something? Did she come with the Pets expansion pack? Sorry, the Unleashed expansion pack, and that's why, I don't know. But yeah, so we said goodbye to Betty and Diane because I was like, you know what? We will get to know these Sims at a later date. Definitely want Claire to be friends with them. She is going to be, a very successful sort of, high-performing woman. And so I can see her wanting to be friends with people like, particularly Tiffany Burb, who is a fairly, high-focus career woman. Betty Newby, if she becomes one as well. Diane Pleasant is more a stay-at-home mum kind of vibe, but can definitely see them being friends with each other. So that's definitely something that we'll work on. We want Claire to have good relationships with her neighbours. But yeah, so you can see here, I've just sat her down to continue studying, and I thought I'd clicked cooking, but I think I accidentally got her a mechanical skill point first instead. And I was like, oh, whoops. So that's good. We got her a mechanical skill point for her job. But yeah, we definitely needed to focus a little bit on the cooking skills so she could actually make herself dinner. Now I'm going to have a sip of tea. Oh, it's nice. There we go. So there is our first cooking skill point, which is awesome. And here we're just going to go ahead and buy the calendar because I wanted to see when she was going to have to go to work and if we were on a weekend day by any chance, because that would mean we would have more time to help her learn her skills that she needed for a promotion. Obviously, I'm really keen for Claire to get off working nights. It was a weekday, but the third day, as you can see there, was going to be a weekend day. So in this episode with Claire, we do play through 2 work days and then 1 weekend day, which is nice. But yeah, I've worked night shifts. I honestly don't know how people do it long term because it's rough. Although having it regularly is better than having it just like every now and then. That's my experience with night shifts. So if you guys are familiar with night shifts, let me know. I just knocked my green screen real bad. Let me know your experience. Did you have them all in a row? Did you find that easier when it was switching rotations? I don't know, shift work is just rough, but yeah, so she does have a very sort of nice, comfortable bed in which I send her to at the moment because I wanted her to get a little bit of extra rest and sleep. You can see the dog just peeing all over the floor again. Oh my goodness, doggo. I just wanted her to get some extra sleep before she had to then go to work for her night shift. So yeah, she had a nice little sleep, and then we were going to get her up. And I think I do, even though at this point she's still only got, nice big tantrum there, Claire, thank you. She's still only got 1 cooking skill point. I think I decide to risk, oh, and another pee-pee on the floor. I should count how many times that dog does this in this episode. Like, why are you doing this? So just as we sit down to study, I'm like, now I gotta go scold the dog again. Then my carpool's coming in now. Okay, we've got to eat. Pardon me. So I risk cooking a quick dinner, and we all have to cross our fingers that she does not light the house on fire. Survived. We survived that one, which is very, very nice. Super duper scary music because El Bandito decided to pay us a visit. Thanks a lot for that, you smelly raccoon. Honestly, it's just such a pain in the butt. But yeah, so in a moment, Claire is going to be heading off for work, and I believe the dog does get into a fight with the raccoon overnight, but we will just sort of skip ahead now until Claire gets back home. Oh, I also felt really bad for the dog overnight, just left at home all by herself, and so I went into buy mode thinking I might be able to buy her a toy, and I found rabbits. We could buy rabbits, but I didn't find any dog toys. So yeah, I thought that was a bit of a missed opportunity. I thought that it wouldn't be nice for the dog to have a toy to play with, you know, and she ends up instead fighting with El Bandito. But yeah, I'm not sure why they didn't really put dog toys into the game. Anyway, so Claire gets home. She brings home 125 simoleons, which is fantastic. She was pretty tired after her long night working as a paramedic, saving lives, all of that good stuff. And yeah, so we send her to bed for a nice long sleep. And you can see here as well that her house is already starting to get a little bit messy. Part of Claire's personality is that she is not a very neat sim. Her neat points are quite low. She never flushes the toilet, which means we get flies. She never cleans the toilet. The dog's peeing all over the floor. We get newspapers and magazines and everything stacking up. So I think I do decide to hire her a maid, and we might see that occur at some point today. Yeah, so there's like rubbish on the ground as well because the raccoon was digging in the trash, and it's all just like, oh my gosh. If she's going to be working really hard as a medical professional, in working hard on getting promoted and furthering herself in her career and everything, I kind of figured that she should probably, call and hire a maid. So I think that's what she's doing right now. Yep, there we go. So we got our maid. And yeah, here I'm just looking at that pond again, just wondering like if it serves any purpose at all apart from just kind of looking kind of cute. So again, just let me know if there's like something I can buy from buy mode. I know on some community lots you can get you can go fishing, or like, can you sail a little sailboat around the pond maybe? I'm not sure, but I know there are some things you can do on community lots. So if you could do that on a home lot as well, that'd be cool, I guess. Yeah, so Claire is finally doing a little more studying. I think, yeah, we're working on her second cooking skill point, which is super duper helpful. Thank you so much. And we are going to get her to clean up all the dog pee, have some lunch, and I'm pretty sure that tonight I take her down, or before she heads off to work, I do take her down to a community lot because I wanted Claire to start to meet people and start to spread her wings. She does get a little bit lonely at home or by herself. Obviously, she's got the dog with her, which is nice, but I thought it would be cool to have her go out and have some fun. So I believe we're going to do that very quickly, but I think first we give the doggy a little bit of love because you're always going to give your dog a bit of love before you leave the house for a few hours, of course. So yeah, we're just going to love and pet and wrestle and huggle with our pupperino. And then we're going to call a cab and we're just going to go explore our town, Old Town. I do want to do more exploring of downtown in this series. That will definitely be coming up. But while I'm still having the Sims kind of get to know their neighbors and everything, I kind of wanted her to go somewhere local where she might have a chance of running into more of her neighbors. So the shuttle has arrived. We can head down to Old Town. I forgot once again that when you send your Sims to Old Town, the dog comes with you, which is cute. But I kind of do wish there was a way to have the dog stay home, because I'm pretty sure that the doggo was super tired and hungry and didn't really want to come downtown with us. So Excuse me. I think that would have been a better way of doing it. I don't know. It is great that we can bring our pets to community lots, of course, but yeah, maybe it would have been better if we could also leave them at home. So we have a little bit of a look around Old Town, and I end up deciding to take Claire. I almost keep saying Julia. It's not Julia, it's Claire. Down to a community lot that is like a pool hall. I feel like that's really hard to understand in my accent. Pool hall. Let's see if I say it in a different accent. Like I can't think of any accents right now. Oh my gosh, I'm mental blanking. A pool hall. It's like P-O-O-L, like the game pool, and then hall is in like a hall. I don't know. Anyway, so here we are, and much to my joy, Mama and Eldon Hick and their 4 dogs were also all down at the pool hall this evening, which I was really excited about because I really wanted Claire to meet Eldon. Eldon is a very eligible bachelor. Well, very eligible. That might be a little bit of a stretch, but he is an eligible bachelor. Claire clearly doesn't like Michael. And I remember in Eldon's episode, we were kind of talking about, or that might have been in the comments, talking about how he and Claire could potentially be a good match for each other. Maybe. But the way I see Claire is definitely, Eldon would have to really pick himself up and make something of himself for Claire to really take him seriously as a prospective husband for her, because she wants a partner who is her equal. And yeah. There's also some really cool piano music that was playing just then, and I was like, what is that? And then I clicked away and then it stopped, so that was just a random thing that happened, so okay, cool. But yeah, here we go. So we're saying hi to Eldon. Mama's off just playing pool. Cornelia and Gunther Goth are just randomly, like, staring outside. Oh, yes, and here we're looking at her interests, which was the whole point of bringing her down to the community lot, as well as, meeting people or whatever. So you can see she's actually super duper interested in money, and, a couple other things. She really, really likes, I missed what that was, sorry, but she doesn't like technology. She likes Hollywood quite a bit, I think. So yeah, I liked that she was super duper into earning money, and I could see that, that was why she was in the medical career. She wants to become, very successful there. She wants to earn a lot of money. And so I really, really, was kind of looking at her interest reaffirmed my already forming perception of Claire. And just a side note, can someone please tell me why they got rid of the interests system for The Sims 3 and 4? Like, I guess The Sims 3 I kind of get, because they kind of replaced the interest system with this traits system. But, like, I think the interests system was better because, like, you can see here, we've got Claire and Eldon speaking to each other. And it's like, ooh, will they get along? Do they share the same interests? I don't know. And you never know if your Sims are actually going to get along really well or not, unless you can remember all their interests. And because their interests form their conversation topics. And so if they don't share common interests, at least a couple of common interests, they're not going to get along. And damn me, but The Sims 4 needs that. Like, it's too easy to get along with anyone in that game. And anyway, I'll get off my soapbox now. But I really, really love the interests system for The Sims 1 and 2, and I really, 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 really would like to see it return in other future Sims titles or future life simulation titles. Paralives, come out whenever you're ready. But yeah, so at this point, Claire is starting to get a little on the tired and hungry side, so I have her go ahead and order an espresso. This lot, it's nice. It's a nice concept. It's a fun concept. But the routing, as I discovered here, wasn't fantastic. And the reason for that is that the Sims will always seek to sit down. If they order something from the coffee bar or the pastry bar downstairs, they'll go and try to sit down at a table. And there's actually no table and chair seating options in that downstairs area. So I am planning on doing a little bit of a renovation on this lot because... yeah, we come back here again tomorrow night, spoiler alert, and it starts to get really frustrating, and I get really annoyed by her not just like, you can stand and drink a coffee, Claire, like it's not that hard. But yeah, so I will be doing a bit of a reno on this lot, I think. But yeah, so it is time now to head home. You can also see that Michael Batchelor has actually just arrived on the lot. So that was a bit of a missed opportunity to try to have them talk a little more. I don't know. But it was time to send her home. So we were going to have enough of a chance to fix her mood before work. And you can see that she and Eldon actually did get off to a pretty good start. Pretty good relationship, at least on Claire's side. Not too sure what Eldon thought of Claire, I guess. But yeah, no, they seem to get along quite well. So that was good. So yeah, back home, we still got trash everywhere and everything, and I just decided to completely ignore it, leave it for the maid who should be arriving, you know, first thing tomorrow, and focus on cheering up Claire. I was going to say that the complete wrong way just then. I was going to say like clearing up cheer. Whew, okay. I swear, my brain is working. But yeah, so we have her just freshen up, use the toilet, and then have a nice sleep. Oh, and there's another PB on the floor. That dog. No, doggo. Bad doggo. Like, we scold her again here in a minute that you'll see. And then her housebreaking skill at this point is like an 8 out of 10. And I'm just going like, why? Why are you constantly peeing? Here we go. We're about to check. Yeah, like, can someone please explain to me why this dog is constantly peeing on my floor? I mean, like, housebreaking a dog can be challenging. I understand. I have 5 dogs. I get that sometimes accidents happen. But, like, this is just ridiculous. Anyway. Right, so it is time for Claire to take a shower. And then I believe we will also have her just eat a nice dinner before she has to go off to work. Yet again, leaving her poor little doggo alone at home all by herself. So her. So, whoopsie. But yeah, so couple is here. Let's go, Claire. Save lives. Godspeed. Always got to send good vibes, prayers, and thoughts towards, you know, medical professionals when you see them out and about, because they literally saving lives. And now she has returned home with another couple of hundred simoleons. The dog has just peed on the floor yet again. So we are going to come inside and scold her once more. I think we do also go ahead and give her a little bit of a pat, because I felt bad. I felt like we were constantly just scolding our dog and not working on actually improving their relationship, which is not ideal. Excuse me. I am a little stuffy today. I don't know if you can kind of like hear it in my voice or my throat. I have a little tickle in my throat. I got a little stuffy nose. I am sure I am absolutely fine. I probably just have a little bit of a cold, which is always unfortunate, but I feel fine. I'm feeling perfectly all right. So could just be the start of something. With me, usually though, I get like this for like a day or two and then it just goes away. It doesn't really develop any further than that. So hopefully that happens again. But hey, look, Bridget the maid is here. She is cleaning up my whole house. Thank you, Bridget. God bless you for your work. I appreciate your service. And that's going to make our house a much pleasanter place to be, having her around for absolute sure. So at this point, we are actually on to day 3 with Claire, which means that it is technically a Saturday or a weekend day. I guess she gets weekends off. She doesn't have to go to work today in any case, which is exciting. So I had a few things that I wanted to do with her on her day off. Number 1, I wanted to get her the next mechanical skill point that she needed for her promotion. I don't think I actually ended up achieving that, because the other thing I wanted to do with her was take her back out and get her to go out and meet more people, see if we could socialize a bit more. Oh, that's right. Actually, no, I was going to invite Eldon over to hang out. I was going to invite him over for like dinner. So we have her go ahead, you know, use the toilet, take a shower and everything. And then I'm pretty sure we call Eldon at least like 3 times and he is not home any of those times. So then we end up going out. Yes. But yeah, so here she is, just freshening up and taking care of herself, which is nice. The doggo hasn't peed on the floor in a little while, so, you know, I think all of our scolding and housebreaking is potentially getting through to her, hopefully. Yes, cool. So here we go. We're going to sit down and I think I wanted to see how far away she was from getting that mechanical skill point. Oh, maybe we actually do get it. Look at me just triple speeding through right here. Hey, Okay, cool, we did get it. Okay, never mind, just ignore me. We totally got that mechanical skill point that we needed. So all things going well, if we can get her off to work next time in a really good mood, she is going to be able to get promoted. So yes, Eldon was at work, try calling back later. So I was like, oh, dang, all right, no worries. So I decided to let her have a little bit of fun and just wait like another hour, then try calling again. Oh, and here I'm just trying to see if there's anyone else we might want to invite over to hang out with us instead, but there really wasn't anyone. There really wasn't anyone else that she liked well enough or knew well enough to invite over to spend time with her who would have said yes. So, yeah, I was just like, okay, that's fine. Well, we'll just hang out a little bit with the doggo and give them some lovin', have a little bit of a wrestle again. Look at her just picking up the newspaper there. Isn't that cute? Yay! And then we decided to praise her as well because she was going to bring the newspaper in for us. So I decided to praise her. Again, trying to cut back on the amount of negative reinforcement we've been giving the dog lately. It's important to maintain a healthy balance. Another hour has passed. So here we go with take 2. Calling Eldon, hopefully, to get him to come over for a nice dinner and TV night. It's nice that you can just slack off, but someone else is at work. Rudeness. Sims 1 can be so savage. So then I'm like, all right, well, maybe if we just start serving a meal and then I think we try calling one more time. I can't remember. Or I might just decide to just send her out. Yeah, no, I canceled the cooking. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. Let's go out. Let's get food. While we're out, let's go back to the pool hall so we can improve our fun. Because, yeah, I do want to make an effort to send my Sims to community lots more often. That was a comment that Isvan left on my last video to say that Michael Batchelor would probably be someone who spends a lot of time out, downtown and meeting Sims and making friends downtown and partying. Pardon me, and living that kind of a life, and I absolutely agree. The thing is, and I do it in every Sims game ever. I get so lazy sometimes about sending my Sims to community lots. Are you guys similar in that way, or do you love sending your Sims to community lots? But in The Sims 1 especially, it's so hard because it's your Sims can be fine 1 second and then pretty much almost dead the next. So it's hard to take care of them properly on community lots. But here we are, and you can see the whole Burb family has come down to spend some time playing pool this evening. So little Johnny, Tiffany, and Brad are all there, and their doggo, whose name I also can't remember. And I did have the idea, I think it would be really cute if we were to see about breeding doggos, either Claire's dog with the Burb's dog or Claire's dog with Spiky, the hero's dogs. Because, that would be really cute to maybe make some puppies. I don't even know if that's possible in The Sims 1. Or if, it would be really, really sort of impossible and difficult to do unless you had the 2 dogs living on the same lot. If we were trying to do it with a neighbor doggo, would that just be, kind of impossible? I don't know. Let me know in the comments. Can I breed puppies in this game? Because I think that would be awesome fun. Julia Hero herself has actually rocked up to the pool hall this evening to just say hi. And then here we go. Yeah, so I start trying to get Claire some food. And then Julia's blocking the pastry thing, and then she cancels out her action, and then she goes for the coffee instead, but then she cancels it. She can't get to that either. Yeah, so she was trying to get to the food upstairs. She couldn't. So then she comes downstairs to try to get the coffee from this coffee bar, which she gets, which is fine. But then to drink her cup of coffee, she has to go back upstairs to be able to sit down at the frickin' dining table. So I think what I'm going to do with this lot is I will probably just get rid of that downstairs cafe area. It's nice to have an upstairs and a downstairs cafe area, but I just don't think it's needed. And I'll try to maybe just extend that upstairs area a little bit so that the Sims can just go up there for all of their food and coffee needs, and have downstairs just be the fun and games area, because I think that'd be nice. And then while we were fiddle-farting around upstairs, Eldon decided to make an appearance again, Eldon and Mama. So obviously they really enjoy coming to this lot. I bet Mama's a real pool shark. I bet she is. Or maybe at the pinball machine, I don't know. But I was happy to see them because that meant we could continue working on their relationship. The only problem was Claire's needs at this point are starting to tank a little bit, and as you can see in The Sims 1, they really are quite whiny about their needs. Honestly, look, know what I was saying. They're whiny about their needs in every single Sims game. Let's be real. But yeah, she does start whining quite a bit. So I'm like, okay, come over here and get some food. And then I think, but she was already like, she'd already decided she wanted to get herself some coffee. So she was already upstairs. So then I'm like, okay, come and get some food from this one. And then she just didn't for some reason. And then that action canceled out. She's like trying to go back downstairs for coffee. And it was doing my head in. And I was like, oh, I can't deal with this right now. Oh dear. So eventually, as you can see here, I think we do get ourselves another cup of coffee. One eternity later. Oh, that's nice. And the other thing that was funny about this playthrough was because Julia Hero was on a lot, I kept thinking that I was controlling Julia. And I kept getting confused when I would like queue up an action and then Julia wouldn't immediately go to fulfill my action. I'm like, what are you doing? Oh wait, no, you're not the Sim I'm controlling now. Just because we played so much with Julia Hero in our last Sims 1 season. Yeah, it was really confusing me that she wasn't the Sim I was controlling. So that was kind of funny. But yeah, so eventually we do just have to send Claire back home because unfortunately her needs had just tanked too far. She was too far gone. I couldn't fix her. But yes, we will definitely come back in and renovate this lot because I think it's a really cool concept for a lot. I think it's a really nice one that I would want to bring my Sims to often, to have them just hang out and have a good time, relax, kick back, all that good stuff. Just yeah, it's not quite optimized yet, so I would like to go in there and optimize it for absolute sure. So yeah, Claire gets home, she immediately passes out on the couch. Then I think we go ahead, get her to finish preparing the food that she was originally preparing hours and hours and hours ago because timeline magic in Sims 1, I guess. But yeah, this is pretty much it for the episode with Claire Charming for today. So again, super duper sorry. I know that me doing a retrospective voiceover is not the same as my live voiceover, and I know it's frustrating. But I didn't want to just go in and re-record the episode because she'd already made progress and things had already happened. I didn't want you guys to miss that. So I kind of made the decision that this was the better choice. So I hope that was okay and I hope you still enjoyed the episode. If you did, please go ahead, hit the like button underneath the video. It really helps me out and encourages me. You can also, of course, hit the subscribe button and the notification bell to know when I upload my videos. And yeah, thank you so much to my Patreon supporters. Their names are on screen now. I appreciate you all so much. I am going to go now and get ready for my live stream that'll be happening in a couple of hours. Got to cook some dinner, make sure my nose is cleared before I try to go live tonight. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Take care. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you next time. Bye for now.